Good morning. Welcome back to the show. We are joined by a pretty special guest, if I do say so myself, for a pretty special event. Dr. Beau Hartweg from TJC, Director of Earth and Space Science Center. How are you doing this morning?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm really excited for the solar eclipse.
Us too.
It's going to be a pretty fun one,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, so we're looking forward to it.
What can people expect when they look up at the sky tomorrow?
Right, so about 10:25 a.m. tomorrow, the moon is going to start moving in front of the sun, and we're going to be able to experience what's known as a partial solar eclipse. That's when the moon casts a shadow on the Earth, and here in Tyler, over the course of about 3 hours, we're going to see the moon covering about 80% of the sun.
And now, this is a pretty rare event, isn't it? When was the last time we were able to see one of these?
Right, so in one sense, solar eclipses aren't so rare. They happen about every 18 months, but what's rare and what's special about this one is our location and being able to see it. The last time Tyler saw a solar eclipse was back in 2017. And then we're in for a special treat in April. In just 6 months, we're going to get a total solar eclipse. But then after that, in Tyler, we're kind of done. Okay. So the next partial solar eclipse that we'll see won't be till like 2165, and then the next total solar eclipse in Tyler won't be until after the year 3000. So this is kind of it for Tyler.
So this is a pretty big event then. We get a little preview and then we get the full show next April.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing. This will probably be, well, it is going to be the only ones that we'll see in this generation unless science makes
Who knows, right? Who knows?
Now, TJC is hosting an event to celebrate this eclipse. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Right, absolutely. So we're hosting kind of two separate events because this is also happening with our homecoming, just as a cosmic coincidence, if you will. So at the Earth and Space Science Center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., we have a free watch party if anybody wants to come out. We're going to be providing people with free solar viewing glasses. And so this is going to be a way for people to view the eclipse safely, and so we're providing these for free to anybody who comes to our watch party. For people who want to participate in the homecoming, we have a tailgate at the W.T. Brookshire Center in front of the Rose Stadium, and so we'll have solar telescopes as well as solar glasses as well.
Now, I want to touch on those solar glasses because you cannot just look at the solar eclipse with your bare eyes. You have to have special types of protection for your eyes. Now, stores are starting to sell these solar eclipse glasses. What should people be looking for when buying?
Right, absolutely. So you want to make sure that you do not ever look directly at the sun with your own eyes because you can cause permanent damage. However, if you have protection like a solar filter or solar eclipse glasses like this, it is safe to look at that. But as you were mentioning, there is what's known as international standards right there, and so you're going to see that printed on a pair of eclipse glasses. Now, I will say in 2017, we did learn that some companies unfortunately put that on there and weren't entirely authentic about it. So you want to make sure that you're purchasing from a reputable source. So, any of the kind of reputable science centers here in the area, as well as people are looking to purchase online. There's the American Astronomical Society has a list of reputable people to buy from. But if you're kind of just buying from an online retailer, you sometimes are taking your chances there.
And this is not something that we're going to want to take our chances with.
No, absolutely not.
Pretty dangerous to just look up at the sun during a solar eclipse?
Yes, and particularly with the solar eclipse, because the moon is blocking some of the sun, it can kind of play a little bit of tricks on our eyes. So normally if you just look at the sun, your brain is going to naturally close those pupils and kind of provide some barrier of defense. But with the eclipse, there's a little bit of darkness in there, and so our eyes don't close as well as they normally would, and so that can lead to additional damage. So you definitely want to make sure that you have protective eyewear to look at it directly. Now, I will say, if you don't have solar filter glasses, you're not able to acquire those in time, there are other ways to do that. You can make what's called a pinhole viewer. That's just, a sheet of paper or a card. You punch a little hole in that, and then you would use that to project kind of the image of the sun kind of behind you. Or, and this is worst case, you don't even have, a pinhole viewer. You can still do this. All you need are your hands and fingers, and you just make a crisscross pattern like this, and then your fingers become the pinhole. Yep.
Like
just like that, and then your fingers become the pinhole, and then you would project that, say, onto the ground or another surface as well, and you can see little mini eclipses happening that way.
That's fun. Now, you brought some pretty fun toys with you today for a demonstration. What do you have planned?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have our celestial buddies right here, and this is just kind of a way to...
Here, you can see it up there.
Okay, perfect, excellent. Yeah, so you can kind of see how an eclipse works. Now, the way an eclipse works is when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun. Sometimes the moon is a bit closer to the Earth, and sometimes the moon is a bit further away from the Earth.
Okay.
So what's happening in October, the moon is a little bit further away from the Earth. So it's not going to completely cover up the sun, because as things move further away, they look a bit smaller. But what we're going to have in April is when the moon is going to be closer to the Earth, and it will look bigger and be able to completely block out the light from the sun, causing the sky to turn dark in the middle of the day. So we're really looking forward to that.
And then you have another little guy right here.
Yes, absolutely. And here is our sun as well. So, and if people are interested, we do have these available in our gift shop, right? So it's a way to kind of have fun with the, you know, and celebrate the eclipse with us.
No, I love it. You have your little buddies. Now, let me see where I was now. You're hosting the event in... Can you tell me a little bit about this event? It's a watch party. What can people expect from this watch party?
Right, absolutely. So we're going to have a few different things available for people. Like I said, this is a completely free event from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to have solar telescopes that are set up outside so that people can kind of get a magnified view of the eclipse that's happening. We've also set up a solar viewing tent, which is a tent like kind of one of those easy up tents. But instead of just a normal canopy, we've put, you know, the solar filter material on the top of it. So even if you don't have glasses, you can just stand underneath that tent and look at the eclipses happening.
Okay, so that makes it a lot easier for people who can't access those materials, can't find them in the stores, don't trust the online
absolutely.
retailers.
So we're going to have lots of ways to view that. And then knock on wood, although I've heard from your meteorologist that we're going to have clear skies for tomorrow, but just in case there are clouds, in our planetarium, we're going to have a live stream of the eclipse that's happening as well. And then for people who really want to get into learning about the science, we have an exhibit that we're calling TJC, Your Path to Totality. It's going to talk about the science of solar eclipses and what to see and how they work and all of that.
I love it. Now, one more time, what is the difference between this partial solar eclipse and next April's really big event?
Right, so this is a partial eclipse where the moon is not going to completely block out the sun. What we're going to see is the sky will probably turn a bit sunsetish color as the moon kind of moves in front of the sun. We might also get a little bit of a temperature drop, which who doesn't love that, right? But what's going to happen in April is the moon is going to be a bit closer to the Earth and appear big enough that it actually would look to us the same size as the sun and cover up the sun completely. For here in Tyler, about 1.5 to 2 minutes, the sky will turn dark in the middle of the day. You're going to be able to see stars and planets like Jupiter and Saturn and Venus at like 1:43 in the afternoon. But then also, you'll get to see kind of what we call the sun's coronas. You can think of it as like the sun's outer atmosphere. And the only time that you can see that is when there's a total eclipse.
I'm already so excited for next April. I'm excited to see our preview that we're getting tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, once again, TJC, give me those times one more time for our viewers. When are we streaming and having the fun? Yeah,
so at the TJC Earth and Space Science Center, it'll be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And if people even just want to bring their own lawn chairs so that they can kind of sit and, you know, enjoy the eclipse, we'll have a seating area for them, but we'll have telescopes, we'll have our solar eclipse glasses, we'll have kind of our viewing tent, as well as the live stream in the planetarium, and our exhibit hall will all be open, and that's a free event for the community.
Alrighty, anything else that you'd like to let our viewers know before we let you go?
No, just thank you for having us.
Of course, and once again, Dr. Hartweg is also going to be on a little bit for a FaceTime with JD Conte tomorrow on our East Texas Now Weekend show. So we'll be covering the solar eclipse all day long tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Thank you so much, Dr. Hartweg.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, we're going to go to a short commercial break. We'll be right back.